10 outrageous trick shots in Hogs of War, 5 on PlayStation, 5 on PC, and an eclectic history behind the player in command of it all. This is Trickshot Hang 10. The story begins in February 2018, when one day I was playing on the single player level routine patrol, and I had a bright spark of an idea. What if I could hit my enemy from afar without aiming directly at the pig model itself? What if I could do something unspeakable, unheard of as a result? I originally knew about weapons and distances, but what I was about to do would change the system. Knowing what I was going to do would not be easy. If successful, however, then it could change the way hogs could be perceived. So there I was for about an hour putting this into practice, and about 50 attempts later, lo and behold, it truly happened. History in the making. I performed my very first trick shot. Granted, it was a pretty basic one by today's standards, but it would ultimately set me up for a journey of the gods. And as time progressed, I practiced this new concept more and more, and eventually I would become the father and creator of trickshotting in Hogs of War. A unique way to play, and one that would make people wonder how and why. How could I do this and create a new way to play, and why has it become a staple of who I am now? Fast forward to 2020, and a global pandemic hits the waves of Australasia, which inevitably gave me more time to continue perfecting this gaming art form. And judging by these trick shots through the stages of progression, one can tell that these were no easy feat to perform, and the satisfaction upon doing so successfully would be voluminous. And no doubt I have some real scorchers to showcase here today, but I'm sure some of you are still wondering how and why. To answer your first question, it's all about practice and perseverance. Constant practice allows me to create these particular trick shots, in which some of them can take up to 12 hours to perform. That's right, half a day can end up being utilised to bring these visualities into reality. And with perseverance, it allows me to plough and power through these trick shots. And now, as we move on to the PC version for trickshotting, you'll be wondrous as to why. And the answer to that is this: I'm a semi-professional player of the game. I have participated in big things for Hogs, and I've created an encyclopedic array that no one would ever dare dream of having. I am also extremely creative when it comes to Hogs content on both YouTube and TikTok. And creativity allows the PC version to get wild and wonderful. Essentially, playing Hogs of War on PC is essentially playing with the rubber gloves off, and so trickshotting on this version gets even more eclectic. And so my constant drive, motivation and dedication and commitment for this particular craft knows no bounds. And as you'll see with every trickshot getting crazier and more insane, you can see that this is my niche, my norm and my passion, and that I relish and indulge in any challenge dedicated to this unique way of playing. And that is something I implore the Hogs of War community to create, because it shows you're willing to learn something new and create something that the community will know you for and remember you by. But remember, be good as well as creative, because negatively spaced creativity will ultimately turn you the other way. Simply put, if you can't be good, then don't be here. It's a simple philosophy that says this: perfect what you do so that no living hog can best you in the ring of honor. And so, as we're coming up to the final stretch of trick shots, the ones that will leave the crowds cheering, shocked and then silent under this Hang 10 effect, there is a fundamental objective to be studied here. And that is the process of focus. Excellence in execution, dedication, and learning from setbacks to find a good player, fostering growth. And that is something I often look back on and think that an everlasting journey will be here with me, and it will be here to stay. The excellence in execution allows the growth and evolution of my trick shots to take place. And if it wasn't for that day in 2018, where my mind decided to create this bright spark as it were, then I wouldn't be doing what I do best. And that is trickshotting in Hogs of War.